Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to Hermitcraft. Mr. Tango here. How you guys doing today? We are moving over here. We're going down. We're going down to the gaming district because today we are wrapping up the Tangler. We are finishing the last two puzzles on it, and I gotta say, these are gonna be good. The first one's like a little mini one. The last one, though, is it's one of the ideas I didn't even have when we started, and I'm just excited to do this one because it's gonna be. It's one of these ideas that just kind of came to me. I was like, wait a minute, I could do that and this and that. And then if they do that and this, and the other player has to do it. And then suddenly I had this amazing game, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to do the last two puzzles on the Tangler today. Is it going to be officially open? I don't know. Probably not, because I probably want to do an episode where I do an exterior to it. Or maybe that'll be a live stream or something. I don't know. But I definitely want to get something here more than just this. Obviously, I got to build a room. But that won't be today. Today, where is it? Is it? I thought I made another little side entrance. Oh, no, I didn't. Down here, let's go. Let's go. I'll show you what we got here. We got a little recap. Puzzle number one is this one here, where they have to remember the notes that are mentioned here and have to press the colors that match down here with the other guy seeing and stuff. Interesting little kind of way to get your feet wet into this kind of cooperative puzzle game here. Puzzle number two, if I remember correctly, it's been a while. Down here is this behemoth. This is the jump to the beat one, right? I think. Is this jump? Yeah, this is jump to the beat, where they gotta jump on synchronized music beats and get away, get across the other side, and how your partner jumps determines whether or not you actually fall down or not. And then, room down here, which is where we're building today. We have, what do we have? Oh, then we had the fishing pole one, which I think turned out pretty good. And then we have this one here, which we did yesterday. This is the, did I just break? Good, no. This is the crazy clue one with all the insane, like, gotta give clues and gotta figure out what's dying and what, or not dying, but, you know, dyed as in colored dye. And then what's cooking over there and everything. This one's gonna be, might stun people. A lot of you expressed concerns that you don't think people will understand this one, or they might not be able to get it. So we'll see. We'll see. I may tone that one down a little bit. But that's the last one. So today we're going to do two puzzles. We're going to do one here, which I've got all dug out. I already did all the decorating here. So we're going to have one that's going to be like another, you know, one guy goes down that side, one guy goes on this side, and they have to do some stuff with some sand, which I think is going to be interesting. There's going to be a sand block that they're going to be passing back and forth in clever ways and using to get down to the end of this line over here. And then this one here, this much bigger hole, is going to be something involving ender pearls, which I'm real excited about this one. So without further ado, let's see here. I got all my bits here. What do I want to do? Let's take a little spot over here. Take a little hole here, and I will put you there and you there. So we got some color stuff here. Red. You know me. I like doing colors in some of these builds because they're very iconic and easy to use, and they kind of brighten things up a little bit instead of having all the white. I got some glass, some note blocks. There's going to be music playing. Lights are going to be turning on and everything. And then just building blocks and all the redstone. There's going to be a lot of... This first puzzle will have virtually no redstone. This puzzle is going to be redstone insanity over here. It never fails. Never fails. I try to gather all my supplies, think ahead, think about all the things I could possibly need. And then what do? I design a game where you're trading sand back and forth and using sand in strategic ways. And what do I forget? The sand. So, yeah, we're going to pretend we have sand. I'm going to go get that in a little bit. So over here we have the two openings where the puzzle's going to start. Again, this is going to be like a little shorter puzzle, but I think it'll just make them feel creative. So one player's going to come in here, and there's going to be a tunnel going straight down this way. And the other guy is coming in over here, and there's going to be a tunnel going this way. So they're going to be like 3 blocks apart with a lot of glass and things in between them. But the first thing I got to do is they got to get a sand. So I put this little system here, and I want to make sure they can get a sand, but I want to make sure they can only get 1 sand. I don't want them to be able to get more than 1. So this button here will spit out a sand, but then only it won't have any more sand available until they finish the course, and then it'll put another sand back in. So the way this works, very simple stuff here. You can see, hold on, let me take, is there anything in there? No, okay, we're good. So I've got 61 slabs in there right now, and you can see the hopper's locked because of the torch. So when I power this line like that, the hopper's still locked. There's still 61 in there. But when it gets unpowered, there's actually a 1-tick delay where the dust goes out, but the torch doesn't go on yet because the torches take 1 tick to flip their bit, basically. So there's 1 tick where everything is off, and that 1 tick is where the hopper goes and puts the thing back into the dropper here. So you can see when I break this now, 1 item went in there, and this is down to 60. So that's pretty much what I want. And then obviously they can do this, get their sand, and now there's nothing left in there. So what I'll have to do is at the end of the puzzle somewhere, or at least whatever it is, past the point of no return, I'll have to just signal this line right there to put the next sand in there for the next person to play the game. So because we got a lot to do today, and because this was a fairly easy build, I went ahead and built the entire thing. It's not that big. It's not that big. I haven't finished the ceiling yet, though. That's just because it's easier for me to get around right now until the ceiling isn't there. But let me show you how this works. It's nothing amazing. It's just one of those puzzles I think they're going to feel good about getting through. I don't expect anyone to get hung up here really at all. But it's just kind of a cool cooperative puzzle. So, all right, what we're going to do here is player A, where I'm standing right now, I'm going to show you what he does, and he's going to have a little thingy up in the corner over there. And then player B is going to be on the other side, and he's going to have a little thing over there that you see in his corner. So player A starts, and he says, "Bammo, give me some sand." But then he says, "Oh, I am so sad. I cannot get to lay sand." Now player B, being the super helpful player B that he is, says, "I can almost get to it, but this dumb slab's in my way. I can't seem to get in there, otherwise I'd be able to pick it up." And player A, being the good thinking, problem solving player A that he is, or she, says, "What should I do? Maybe I'll press this not so hidden button right here." "Good show, invisible player A. Now I can get the sand." And after a little bit of ceiling work that I had forgotten, player B now says, "I've got this block in front of me. I can't seem to go anywhere," because assume there would be some ceiling right there and stuff too. "Can't jump over this. I'm stuck. Player A, help me out. What can we do?" I see there's a pressure plate there. Perhaps, what could I... Oh. Got it. Now this allows player A to get past his block and go in here and say, "I've got the sand now." And I messed up the ceiling here. Hang on. That was supposed to be there. Pay no attention to that. Or crap. That. Or how's this supposed to go? Like that. There we go. Perfect. So player A says, "I've seen this trick before. What do I do here? How about some of that?" Boink, and puts the sand on there and lets player B go through that block. Player B now will do his part and sneak in here and pick up the block, closing the block behind him, but that's okay because he doesn't need to go back there. But now he needs to let player A get through that trapdoor over there. How to do that, you might say? Not sure. Maybe a little bit more of... hold on. Let's just some of that there. Maybe one of those there. Excellent. Okay. And that too. Excellent. And player A, or B... we're on B side. Hang on. Player B is going to say, well, we've got these hoppers here. I could drop that in like that. And player A would say, I don't know. That's not really helping me out too much. I don't know. I got to get through here. What do you got? What do you got for me? I don't see anything. I don't know. Maybe in here? I don't know. Hold on here. Let's try that again. Now, player B, being obviously the true brains behind the operation here, is going to step up to the plate. He's got the sand back from it being broken and going through this little hopper chain here. And he's going to look around and he's going to say, "Oh, now player A, I see some space up there. Perhaps we can get your butt up there. Maybe, just maybe, you should stand on the hopper now so that when I do this, you are in there and you can jump up." Brilliant, player B. Brilliant. Bravo, bravo. I'm now standing in the sand. So now, because I don't have to get past that slab, I could just jump right up here. Oh, but the sand is down there. Perhaps I could just break this sand and it goes into the hopper right back to you. Well, all right, player A. I guess that's good. I mean, I got the sand back and we got your butt up there, but I still got a gate to get through here. What do you got for that? Well, there's this quite sneaky pressure plate here. Does that do anything for you? Ho, player A. Why, yes, it does. It opens my gate. Most excellent, player B, because it also opens my gate, which allows me to drop out of this elevated position of uncomfortableness. And I still have the trapdoor in my way. Oh, silly player A. You think you have a trapdoor blocking your way? But alas, I have a pressure plate here, which allows your freedom and allows us to go around the corner and give the most awkward high five.
Cool.
That is it.
Thank you very much, everybody.
That was a ton of fun.
We did it, man. We did it. High five.
We did good.
Okay, yeah, that was an editing mistake. I have no idea what that was. That was just, Okay, moving on. Next puzzle. Next puzzle. All right, this is going to be a big one, and it's going to involve ender pearls. Let me get some base infrastructure going here and some stuff with blocks. There'll probably be iron, and we will talk. Here we go. The second puzzle of the day and the final puzzle of the Tangler, and I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be worthy of the end. So there's the puzzle we just finished, a little mini puzzle, I guess we could call it. I've got 2 little corridors here for the players to walk down, one down there and one here. So this player is going to come down into this little area here and be stepping on all these pressure plates here. And the other guy is going to hop over here into this room here and be staring at his ugly buddy or her ugly buddy. And they're going to get ready to start throwing some ender pearls. And I mean lots of ender pearls. This is going to be all about throwing ender pearls back and forth in kind of a coordinated dance, we shall say. They're going to have to throw ender pearls at precise times and quickly, and there's going to have to be communication and reacting on your feet all during the process here, and I think it should be pretty hectic and pretty hilarious to watch. But let me add some more. Yeah, let's see. We got to do some more stuff here so that this makes a little bit more sense. So first things first, we need a lot of ender pearls. Okay, so like this guy here, we're gonna put a double chest here. And ladies and gentlemen, professional Minecrafter. Professional. Okay, now let's pretend that this chest here was filled with a ton of ender pearls because I forgot to bring them. So pretend this is just like all... Whoa. Wait. What? What is this wizardry? I didn't know you could... Okay, so I knew you could drag. I didn't know... I thought you needed the items for it to... Look at this. Like, I'm in survival and I have 9 ender pearls. And it's just like, oh, I guess we'll fill those all up for... Oh, just kidding. You don't have them. We are also going to need some stickies. One there, one there, one there, and one there with some colors on top of them. We're going to need a red, a blue, a green, and a yellow so that these can pop up so that this guy can tell him what color popped up. And of course, we need to make it so that this guy can't see the color that's popped up. So let's cover it up like that. And we'll throw some lights in here to draw attention to it like so. So now when those pop up, this guy will see the colors, that guy can't. And of course, we need a scoreboard to score this game. So let's set some lights down here. It's going to start with all lights off. They have to get the lit light all the way down here. It's going to start there and go ding, 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 ding. And once this one lights up, they win the game. And on the other side over here, of course, we're going to have to put a little light here just to let them know that the game is active. Let's see, we'll go with something very cryptic and elusive and mysterious. Maybe something like... game active. Okay, so on the other side now, we're going to need some more colors. 4 colors, because that is what they are going to be communicating back and forth. Calling out colors as fast as they can. So we need a red, a blue, a green, and a yellow. So this player on this side with the chest of ender pearls here is going to be ender pearling over to that side into a specific color. Now, I want to kind of make it, like, slotted, basically. And I want to make it a little bit more time-consuming to get over here. And I want to make it fix a potential problem. Like, because in some of my testing, there was ways for them to ender pearl through the wall here. They could, like, if they ender pearl directly into this little alcove here, they would go through the wall and get outside the puzzle. But we don't want that. So I'm going to do something like this, I think. And then, let's see if I got the yellow glass paints here. We're just going to do like bam and bam. Oh, I did that wrong. Right. This goes out here. Sorry. Bear with me. Hang on. Science is happening. That's going there. And then we're going to go 2-ply on the black, like boink and boink, and up there, and one more there. Yes. Okay, and now the yellow can go there and there. So that to ender pearl into it now, you need to throw up on top of the thing. Let's see. Up like this. And fall in and then walk through. That's the plan. Okay, we're looking pretty good here. The room is basically done. I raised the scoreboard up another block and clarified the sign there. Mostly because the player on this side couldn't see the scoreboard where I had it. So I raised that up. We got our game active sign over there. And the last kind of structural change over here, I added these 4 pressure plates here now. So corresponding to each kind of color there. So the players can come in here and stand on the corresponding pressure plate. And then back here, I have a sticky piston with some glass. So this glass will open or close depending on what the player over there is doing. I'm going to go over the whole game in just a second here. I just want to show you all the mechanics here. All right, and then we need a sign here. Let's see. I'm going to be adding some signs to make things a little bit clearer. So stand during, let's see, the high ding to gain a point. Something like that. I think. Well, I'll go over this. We may change the wording on that, but let's see. That basically there's going to be some music notes going on and off, and they're going to have to be standing here at the right time to make that light extend or increment, I should say. Repairing tools, gathering ender pearls, repairing more tools, and gathering more ender pearls. Okay, we are back. Why don't we go over exactly how this game is played? And some of you may have figured it out, but I'm sure a lot of you are very confused and wondering what the heck is going on here too. So here's what's going to happen, okay? Once the game is active, which is going to start by someone stepping on one of these pressure plates. These pressure plates are going to be multi-purpose, by the way, but one of the things they do is they engage the game for like another 30 seconds. They extend the game time. So what's going to be happening at a fixed interval, there's going to be a triple tone, like a bong, bong, bing kind of thing. And on the low bong, the bong, one of these four colors, the red, the blue, the green, or the yellow, is very briefly going to pop up and just kind of peek its head out and drop that back down. Only one of them. This guy over here has got to see the color that pops up and communicate that to his teammate here, okay? So he's going to be like, green. And the guy over here has got to quickly ender pearl over to that color and step on this pressure plate. So I said that at the low bong, the bong is when the color pops up. Then there's going to be like a mid tone just to keep the tune going. But then at the end, there's a high pitch, like a bing. And right when that bing goes off, the player has to be standing on the color of the block that popped up. If so, they get a point and the light will increment. If they don't, if the player is not standing up here or they're standing on the incorrect color, they lose all their points and it resets back to 0. Once they have gotten a point, they want to drop into this hole here. But you see these glass blocks here that are on the pistons back there. The other player has to be on those pressure plates back over in that slot. So when the guy here ender pearls over, I guess it is teleporting. When this guy ender pearls over, the guy down below has to switch places with him and get over here to stand on these pressure plates, because these pressure plates are the ones that open the glass blocks there and allow that guy to drop back down. So basically, it's a little dance they're doing. They're constantly switching places, and they need to get 7 points. So it's like this guy goes over, that guy comes back, and then they just keep swapping places. So it's got to be very quick, though, because they're not going to have much time. It's going to be like, blue. And they get over here, ding. Okay, drop down here, and the other guy's going to be there waiting. This guy drops down and says, red. And the other guy teleports up over my head. I go over here and wait, and you can see how this cycle is going. I'm going to get the timings just right so that it's very challenging, we shall say. So most of the insane amount of redstones for this project I'm going to do off camera to spare you guys, but there's a couple of the more interesting bits that I do want to show you that I came up with. The first, I've got the hole dug out here, so there's going to be a ton of redstone below the floor here, obviously, and a bunch off to the sides and behind and everything. But the first part of this is the pick 1 of 4 randomizer system that I came up with. So basically I need a way to have one of the 4 lights pop up and only one of the 4 lights. So I always need one, but no more than one kind of thing. So what we're going to do here is take advantage of the way that glass elevators work. And some of you are probably saying there's a better way of doing a pick 1 of 4 system, but I kind of like this one. So we're going to go like, let's see, like that, like that. No, we're not going to do that. Up here, we're going to do another one of those. So the way glass elevators work, okay, as long as you have a plus sign, the item will continue going up the center shaft. Once you take away one of those side ones, like this, the item's going to pop out on the side there, okay? The good thing is, though, that hoppers will also keep the items in there. They count as a solid block for this, so let me see if I can remember how to do this now. I'm actually struggling to remember right now. I think, oh yeah, right. Take these guys out. I want to put just the corners in here. Like this. I'll hop back up there in a second. Let's put another one there. No, they gotta go down one, right? Like that, like that, like that. All right, let me clean this up here. So we're gonna go there, break that one, break, put another one below it, and break that one. Okay, I have my stupid fortune pick on because I was just getting quartz. All right, let me hop back up here, and I'll show you what we got here. Okay, so this can come out, that can come out, and that can come out, okay? So the idea is that the item will come up the glass elevator, and once it gets to this square, I'm going to put hoppers and stuff all down below, but once it comes up to this square, it's not going to have any of its adjacent sides intact, just the corners. And without those sides there, it's going to pop out. Which side it pops out, though, now will be completely random based on whichever side the item coming up is closest to. So it's going to be based on the randomization of the dropper's trajectory as it shot the item up. For instance, if it shoots the item up a little bit more to this side, it'll pop out this side. If it pops up on this side, it'll go out there, and you get the idea. And it'll always go into one of those four. So we want to make sure that we can capture the side that it's going to go into. So I want to do something like this, okay? So if it comes in this side, it's going to go in that hopper and then get pushed over there. If it comes out this side, it's going to go in that hopper and get pushed over there. So I'm just repeating this process here on all four sides, okay? Now, the reason I can't have a hopper like right below this right there, okay, is because as soon as the item goes in that hopper, it would immediately get sucked out by this hopper, and we don't want that. We actually want it to stay in these side hoppers for a little bit, because we're going to put... I wish that zombie would shut up. It would be really great. Can I get up there? Let's see here. So we want to put a comparator on this guy like that, okay? So if the item comes in this slot, it'll go into that hopper and immediately be picked up by this comparator, and that'll give us the signal to know that, okay, it went in this side. So, for instance, that might be the, we'll say, the green side. So I'll probably actually put like a block right there just to remind me, you know, and then I can grab a redstone signal down here like that, okay? So if it goes on the green side, that camera will pick it up, power down there, and then I can have this go over to the other Tracy side and do all the other stuff I need to do for green. And that's where all the insano wiring happens, but that's the basic system here. Now, when the item goes into the side hopper and into this side one here, we need to get it back into the original hopper there. So I think I want to do something like this. I'll have that guy go there and that guy go there. And now these guys can just funnel into there and there. And likewise on this side, I can funnel into there and there. However, I'm wondering now... So this is the guy that we're going to toggle here. This is going to obviously have the one item in it, and Diorite wins because that's the first item I saw. I got to make sure that the timing on this hopper being locked by that being on isn't going to obstruct the item from flowing back through, but it should be fine. But I think that's basically it here. So now... let me hook this up, and what I want to actually do is run some extensive tests. Not extensive, but I want to run like 2 stacks of items through this, and then collect the items in the 4 possible outputs and make sure that we're getting an even distribution. Okay, so I got a little clock set up down at the bottom, and I tore out a little bit of the corners here, like the pieces that pull down and in. So basically, I just have everything going into the side hopper and then over into the corner. So side hopper, corner, like that. Okay, so basically, we should have like yellows in there, greens in there, blues in there, and reds in there. And they should be in equal proportion. So what I'm going to do is put in, we'll say, 2 stacks of Slabby Jabbies. And let's let this thing fire. And we should... Oh, Scar joined, lagging the server. I have no idea if that was him or not. Probably not. All right, 5, 9, 4... 3, 2. Okay, I'm going to let this run and we'll see how the distribution turns out. First test complete. Let's see what we got here. We got 40. That seems like a bit much. 32. 37. That's not bad. And 19. Okay, That's definitely within the kind of acceptable deviation of standardization, blah, 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 insert statistic mumbo jumbo here. But... I want to run it again. I'm not too sure if that one... You know, and I don't care if these are perfectly 50-50, like, or perfectly 25% distribution on each one. I just care that we're getting some. But out of curiosity, I want to run this again. I'm going to do a little bit larger test. Maybe I'll run like 6 stacks through this thing. Let's see. All right, second test is complete here. I'm going to turn this stupid clock off, and let's check it out. Stack in 24. I put 6 stacks in, so stack in 26. Wow, that's pretty good. Stack in 19. Excellent. And... stack in 50. Okay, so wait a minute. That was the one that was high. Okay, this was the one that was low last time. Now it's the one that's high. Whatever. You know what? That's close enough for me. Even if it's like 20, 20, 20, 70, and that totally adds up to 100%. I don't know. Anyways, this is good enough for the work I do here because we don't need it to be perfect. I just want to get a sampling of all the colors. So I think this is good. And I suspect this is perfectly 50%, you know, or 25%. distribution on each one, and I think we're just getting some deviation here, so we're going with it. Okay, real quick before I start all the crazy spaghetti redstone here, I figured the last interesting that's kind of semi-interesting is the scoring indicator system here. So this is the back of the lamps here, and I have a whole line of hoppers going down this way with comparators reading off of them, so obviously that'll power the block and then power the light above it there. So below that, though, we have another entire line of hoppers coming back this way, like the return loop into a dropper there. So you can see it kind of makes a loop all the way down and then a full line down back into the dropper there. So right now there's an item in this hopper here, which is kind of the 0 state or the 0 score. Now every time I power this block there up top, it will depower this line for just a split second. So if I go, the light goes into spot 1. If I go, spot 2, spot 3, and that's because the hoppers on top get depowered enough just to send one item, or send the item one more space to the side. And then if they screw up and don't get the timings right on the game, then I power this line right here, okay, which will, I have a little dropper combo here. We'll send this item over to that side right there, and then this will get unpowered, and that entire bottom line of hoppers will get unpowered, and wherever the counter item will get sucked down in and pushed all the way back over to this dropper here, which will then do one of two things. It'll power this block as comparator will see it, which will turn this, I guess this is like a T flip-flop here, I guess you could call it that, and push the item back over here, which will relock the bottom line, but it'll also loop the signal around to power the dropper, put the item back up here, and put it back up into the 0 state there. So let me see, it should work here. If I power this, and back on, okay. Perfect. Okay, excellent. So that works. So nice little system there. I guess this is the part I enjoy, is inventing little subsystems like this to solve my needs. So with that said, I'm not going to bore you with the rest of the redstone. It's going to get ugly here. I'm going to put my head down for probably a couple hours and get this all done. I'll be back. Bam, we are done. We are done. Holy tremendous amount of random redstone here. This took me like 2.5 hours to get all this done and working, but we're done, and it's 90% tested. The thing I'm realizing is I desperately need someone to help me test this, but I don't want to ruin anybody's playthrough of the Tangler in the process. So it's kind of this, I really need someone to test it before I can open it, but I don't want anyone to test it. It's like this catch-22 of sadness, but it's frustrating. But I think we're working. I don't know. I gotta find someone who maybe like is on the server but doesn't intend to do the Tangler. Maybe I can get them to pester me. But if they're not gonna do the Tangler, they probably have no interest in helping me test. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. But anyways, we're done. I'm not gonna go over all this redstone. It would take an hour, but I do want to show you one section here. Basically the heart of how this works here. Hang on. Constant falling. Okay, it's like right around here. You see these colored blocks here, okay? They're powered, well, I guess you could say it's really the torches. Those 4 torches. If either of those 4 torches turn on, you lose. And they can turn on by, when they're not powered, obviously. So they're powered by these redstone repeaters underneath almost all the time, except when that color comes up. So like when you choose red, it goes down this delay here, up that little guy there, and blah, 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 blah. That repeater will turn off and temporarily not power that line. So the trick is you have to be standing on the pressure plate, which is above that block right there, to power this secondary line, which overrides the repeater and keeps the torch off. Okay, so that's how I make sure that they're standing on the pressure plate at the right time. If they ever fail, like I said, this line, one of those torches is going to turn on, this line will turn on, and then it leads over here to familiar land, where it'll flip a little bit over here, over there, and unlock the underside hopper chain and suck the counter item down and bring it all the way back and recycle. And it also plays a little ditty like mer, mer, mer. And it's very sad that you lost. So let me turn this thing on here, and I'll show you just the sound effects and stuff of what we're talking about here. Ugh, it's getting hard to move around in here. Let's see, over here maybe? There's just so much junk down here. Let's see, is this one okay? Good, okay. I left this open. All right, so coming in here, this will turn the game on. You can see the light turns on over there for the game active. You'll hear the tune. Right there in that high note. Right there on that high note, that third one is where you need to be standing on the pressure plate, right there. And if you're not, you hear the bump, 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 and that means you just failed because you were not standing on the pressure plate. If you were standing on the pressure plate, it would increment and the light would move to the next one. And obviously, if it gets here, you win. It plays a happy little ditty like a and then the gate will open and you can fall down, and right down there will be the winner's room. So pretty interesting, but this is one you're definitely going to have to see played, I think. I cannot wait to see, because I can't test this. You know, it requires someone to be here and over there at the same time. So yeah, I really got to find someone to get in here. So here's the thing, okay? The Tangler is done, but please do not go tell everyone to go play the game, because it is not open yet, all right? I want to make a public opening in the front, and I need to make a winner's room down below, too, which will actually be, like, right down here. The players will meet up in a common room, and I got to decide, do I give them some kind of reward? I don't know. That feels a little bit, like, kind of cheesy at this point in the season, just to give them items. So if you guys have an idea for what I should give them for a reward for this thing, I'm all ears. Please let me know. I'm open to suggestions here. But that's going to do it. The Tangler is 100% playable and done, but not open. Okay, but I cannot wait. We're gonna get this thing opened up within the week, and Hermits will be playing it. I can't wait to see some people play through this. So, big project here, guys. A lot of work went into this. If you appreciated this episode, as always, hit that like button. I would definitely like it if you liked it. You know how that works, kind of. You know. And that's gonna do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun designing and building this Tangler. Hope you guys will enjoy watching the playthroughs of all the Hermits fumble through it. It should be fairly interesting and comical, shall we say. But that'll do it. Until next time, guys, I will see you. I am out. Goodbye.